What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Flying Cup, which is taking place tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get this video out as soon as possible. All of these battles that you'll see in today's video are kind of practice Flying Cup battles that I did with my viewers on Twitch. By the way, if you haven't checked me out on Twitch, make sure to head on over there and drop me a follow, and you can always watch me live and get the chance to battle with me live as well. And so in today's video we're just going to be using a lot of different Flying Cup Pokemon here. The Flying Cup is taking place tomorrow during the Go Battle Night, that 6-hour window where you essentially have 100 battles to do. So if you are still making the push for rank 10, you might want to try to make a solid push in this Flying Cup during the Go Battle Night. Right off the bat, I think the Pokemon, like the best Pokemon in the Flying Cup is going to be Aerodactyl. If you have a Shadow Aerodactyl, that's pretty great as well. Honestly, you only need one charge move on it. I would say go with Rock Slide and then Rock Throw as the fast move. The Rock Throw fast move damage is just so good in this cup. You're going to be hitting super effective on everything in the Flying Cup other than Skarmory, which is going to be taking neutral from it. Now, most Skarmories that you see in the Flying Cup are going to be running Steel Wing as the fast move because you're going to be hitting for super effective against Aerodactyl. So that's something that kind of keeps it in check. In these battles, I use a lot of different Pokemon, a lot of different team comps, just trying out random stuff to see what works. Aerodactyl, I think, is a very safe lead because nothing really hard counters it. Obviously, a Waterfall Gyarados would not be great, but you're still hitting for super effective. And Steel Wing Skarmory would also not be that great, but you're still going to be getting some decent chip damage there. So my opponent brings out their own Aerodactyl, and I have Lugia in the back here running Extra Sensory, Sky Attack, and Hydro Pump. The Hydro Pump nuke is nice for kind of end game scenarios. If there's like an Aerodactyl in the back or something, you can really nuke it. But Lugia is one of the bulkier flying types in Great League. It really gets most of its bulk when you're able to max it out in Master League, but still decently bulky. Sky Attack is a great move. Extra Sensory is a decent fast move. I have Drifblim in the back here. I think Drifblim is honestly going to be one of the best safe swaps that you can run in Flying Cup, running Hex as the fast move, Icy Wind, and Shadow Ball as the 2 charge moves. Because anything that comes in against Drifblim, Icy Wind is going to hit it for super effective, be able to debuff it. Obviously, if Skarmory comes in, Shadow Ball still does really solid neutral damage there, and Icy Wind still hits for neutral as well. Hits for double super effective against that Altaria there. I'm going to throw another Icy Wind. Hex does not do that much damage, but it is really good for energy generation. Out comes that Articuno again, and I'm able to Hex it down there. Good game. Keep forgetting to turn my snares off on my drum. Okay, so this is not a good lead. Steel Wing Skarmory, but I'm going to stay in here for a little bit. Store a Rock Slide and then use my Drifblim safe swap. Okay, so this Drifblim and Lugia in the back really gets shut down by Mandibuzz, especially if that Mandibuzz is running Snarl like this one is right here. Really not good for me. Please ignore these the sunshine that keeps coming through, regardless of if I have my blinds closed or not. I really need to get some better shades on the window there, but hopefully it's not too distracting. Mandibuzz, like, very solid pick, very tanky because it's resisting these hexes, and the Icy Wind does hit for super effective, but this thing is just a monster. This flying turkey vulture looking thing is just an absolute monster. Out comes Altaria, and I switch in Lugia here. Definitely a questionable play. So we're gonna throw the Sky Attack and see what happens. I know that the Mandibuzz is still in the back, and that's just gonna be a really big problem for me. We'll see how much a Sky Attack. Oh, they actually go for Dazzling Gleam, which is pretty interesting. Sky Attack is definitely the play there because you get stab on it with Altaria. I'm in a tricky scenario here because Dragon Breath hits for neutral on all this stuff. I'm going to throw this Rock Slide that I had stored. It takes out the Altaria. Out comes that Steel Wing Skarmory again. Really not good. Aerodactyl is kind of frail in the Great League. Then out comes that Mandibuzz again, and because it was able to clear all those Icy Wind debuffs, I am in a very tough spot. There's no way I can farm this down, and this foul play is easily going to take me out there. Mandibuzz definitely could have some play in this cup for sure. It's extremely bulky. All right, Mantine into Aerodactyl. I am running Bubble and Bubble Beam and Ice Beam on my Mantine. Out comes Emolga. Emolga is another one of those top picks. I unfortunately do not have one built, but I think it is really strong. And I actually ran into a couple people using a double electric strategy. So they would actually use Zapdos or Emolga as the safe swap and then have the other one in the back there. And because I encountered this actually a decent number of times, I actually started putting Altaria in the back of my line to kind of be a better response to those pesky electric types that switch in. I tried Gligar because you do get that nice resistance to electric because of the ground typing, but I just was really not impressed by the damage output from Gligar. I think it was just too, it just did not perform as well as I thought it should. So I think, honestly, Altaria is going to be your best response to any of those electric types. And you can see my opponent was, in fact, running this double electric strat. This is really not good for Mantine. I'm just going to go straight for Bubble Beam here. I just need as much chip damage as possible. I would actually prefer if they would not shield this so I can get as much chip damage off here. But really good counting by my opponent. I'm not going to be able to get off another Bubble Beam. Down goes Mantine. And then this Steel Wing is not going to be able to take out the Zapdos before I get hit by another Thunderbolt. Ouch. Out comes the Aerodactyl again, and there's no way I can Steel Wing this down. Good game to my opponent. So Aerodactyl and then double Flying Electric in the back. That's a pretty interesting team comp for sure. All right, I'm running Waterfall Gyarados in the lead here, so we'll see how it performs. Waterfall, Aqua Tail, and Crunch is pretty much the moveset you're going to want to roll with. Gyarados in Great League, unbelievably frail, and so you're not really going to be able to farm up a whole bunch of energy, so having Crunch as that secondary charge move is nice, and thank goodness Gyarados actually has access to Aqua Tail now. Ice Beam hit for neutral, but it still did so much. I'm bringing out my Zapdos. I'm going to try to fast move this down. I call a Bubble Beam here, which is pretty huge. They bring out their own Zapdos. I'm just going to go straight for this Thunderbolt because I have this significant energy advantage. This is a shiny Zapdos, but it's pretty hard to tell because the color scheme is so similar to the normal one. I shield up a Drill Peck, which does not feel good, and then I over-tap the freaking Thunderbolt like an idiot, and then I shield up another Drill Peck like an idiot. So not super great plays happening right now, but my Thunderbolt connects, and then I'm able to bring an Altaria to Dragon Breath it down, which is good for me. Out comes that Steel Wing Skarmory again. I have two Pokemon in the back that don't have a lot of health, but Zapdos, if I can get a little bit more energy, can still have some play against whatever's in the back. Steel Wing Skarmory really does not generate energy that fast. Steel Wing does more damage, but definitely does not generate energy near as fast as Air Slash. So the Skarmory is actually kind of struggling to keep up. Out comes Mantine. I'm actually able to just Dragon Breath that down. And then out comes the Skarmory again. I have so much loaded energy here. I'm actually just going to be able to Dragon Breath down the Skarmory there. Good game. Dragon Breath is so strong, especially in this cup here. All right, here's the Gligar. Technically on PvPoke, I think this is a favorable lead for Gligar, but not if you play it horribly like I do here. Obviously, Icy Wind hits for double super effective on Gligar because of the ground and flying typing there. But I overfarmed, and so this first Night Slash is debuffed now. Gonna throw another Night Slash, and it gets shielded. This is not good because Drifblim is winning all of these CMP ties, and so I just have to let this go. It does so much damage. Ouch. I have Zapdos and Altaria in the back. Really not a good response. I'm gonna try to Thunder Shock this thing down, but Drifblim is still decently tanky. I have to shield up this Icy Wind, and this strategy is going downhill fast, so I'm gonna have to try to throw this Drill Peck, and they shield, of course, and they're gonna be able to get to another Icy Wind. This is terrible. How much does this do to my Zapdos? It almost completely takes me out. I can't even Thunder Shock them down. It's just going terribly. Bring out Altaria. They have their own Altaria in the back. The Dragon Breaths are just absolutely chunking me. I'm going to be able to get off this Dragon Pulse, which should take out their Altaria, but it doesn't really matter what's in the back because my Altaria is way too low of health. It is the Skarmory, so they absolutely demolished me in this match here. Nice thing about these Flying Cup battles is they're going to tend to go pretty fast. There's a decent amount of fast move beatdown that occurs in these battles, especially if you're using Rock Throw Aerodactyl or, Dragon Breath on Altaria. Drifblim as a lead feels fairly safe as well. But more so towards the end of this video, I started running Drifblim as a safe swap, and I felt like it had more play there. So they do go for the Bubble Beam right off the bat. This allows me to farm up to a Shadow Ball. We get some great lag, and then they switch in their Aerodactyl. Now, Rock does not resist Ice, so this is going to hit for super effective on Aerodactyl. I get a shield, and then make a terrible play. I thought I could get to that Icy Wind. That was not the case. I bring out Altaria here, and I think I shield and fully commit to the farm down here. I still have my Zapdos in the back for that Mantine, so we're looking pretty good. They're not able to get to another Rock Slide, but look at how much damage that the fast moves did. Not great. Out comes the Mantine again. I'm going to throw this Sky Attack, and this should be just enough to take it out. And in the back is their own Zapdos. You can see... So here's the thing with Zapdos. You need to use an elite fast TM to get Thunder Shock on it, because Charge Beam, which my opponent is using right here, just does not cut it. Charge Beam is terrible. Thunder Shock is what you need on Zapdos to really give it some solid performance there. You generate energy so much faster, and unfortunately Charge Beam is just a terrible fast move in PvP. So I'm able to take down that Zapdos there. Good game. Aerodactyl lead into most likely a Waterfall Gyarados here. So we're both hitting each other for super effective damage. I'm just going to use the Drifblim safe swap. So now I think we are getting into the sequence of battles where I kind of get more comfortable with this particular line of Aerodactyl, Drifblim safe swap, and Altaria in the back. I really enjoy keeping Altaria in the back, specifically as a punish to people that use one of those electric types as a safe swap. Out comes Mandibuzz. This is not good for Drifblim, obviously. I'm going to try to get to another Icy Wind here. Our fast moves are out of sync, which is not super cool. I am able to get to another Icy Wind. It takes 3 Icy Winds to take out this Mandibuzz. Are you kidding me? It's hitting for super effective the entire time. That's just absolutely insane. I still don't have a Mandibuzz. I haven't even hatched a Volibee, so... hopefully I can build one at some point in time, because this thing looks really fun to use. I get hit by a Shadow Ball that really just does not do anything after it's been double debuffed. So I'm fully committed to the farm here. I know they still have Gyarados. I still have my Aerodactyl. I'm in a pretty decent spot here. Out comes their own Drifblim. I'm going to throw this Sky Attack. I miss a bubble. That's not great. We get some lag. It gets shielded anyways, so... And then I lose the CMP tie here, which is terrible. I needed to either barely throw this sooner or save this energy, because now I'm throwing a debuff Sky Attack, which is not good. I'm going to switch into my Aerodactyl here. Out comes the Gyarados again. Going to get hit by an Aqua Tail. It's probably going to take me out. Yes, and then I'm going to be able to farm down this Gyarados, which is good for me. I just need to get to this Sky Attack. It's going to be very, very close. And I'm able to get there right as the Drifblim is receiving the energy for that Icy Wind. Super close conclusion to that game, but you can see even with that bad lead, I was able to turn it around there. Good game. Okay, I tried out Pelipper, and PvPoke recommends Water Gun Pelipper. I don't know how I feel about that. I might prefer Wing Attack just for some better energy generation, because this is... this thing did not perform as well as I thought it should. Gonna use the Drifblim safe swap again. I also ran Togekiss in the back with this line. Togekiss in Great League is very classy, and I'm not sure how much play Charm is gonna have in this cup, especially with all the Skarmories that are out there. I mean, obviously it's good against Altaria, but still, I don't know about it. I'm gonna throw Icy Wind here. I don't think this is enough to take out the Mantine, just barely not enough. But I'm able to hex it down. That's really good. I'm down 2 shields. That's not really good. Out comes Zapdos. I think it's another Charge Beam Zapdos. Icy Wind connects. It is another Charge Beam Zapdos, so this thing is just really struggling to do anything. Out comes Altaria. Going to be able to get an Icy Wind off on this. Things are actually turning around for me a little bit. I'm able to get my Togekiss switch locked on this Altaria. It has been debuffed. See how much damage this Sky... Dazzling Gleam, okay. Another Dazzling Gleam. Sky Attack definitely is the play there, and I'm able to charm down the Zapdos. I was not very impressed by Togekiss's or Pelipper's performance. Let's give Pelipper another shot here. Water Gun Pelipper. Oh my gosh, this thing is flapping around like crazy. I'm going to throw this Weather Ball. I missed some bubbles. That was a strategic undercharge there. Nope, it was a mistake. Oh man, if it's Icy Wind, okay, I can tank that. I'm going to try to get to another one here. They somehow got to another Icy Wind before I was able to get to this Weather Ball, which is not great because now I need a shield and try to farm this thing down, but I can't because my attack has been dropped. All right, down goes the Drifblim. Out comes Emolga. This is absolutely terrible for me. The sun keeps moving closer and closer to my face. You love to see it. Oh man, in the back is this Shadow Aerodactyl. Luckily, these Icy Winds, again, are going to be hitting for super effective. So I get a shield. I really need to get to another Icy Wind here, and I'm able to do it. That's great. Down goes Aerodactyl, and that Emolga is still in the back. So this is kind of tough. I kind of have to call a bait here. But I shield up a discharge, which is not good because now I think I get hit by... pretty sure he can just triple discharge me, and that's what happens. Yeah, I'm really trying to charm this thing down. Barely not able to. And Emolga takes me out. Togekiss is definitely glassy in the Great League. Good game there. Alright, I think we got 2 more battles here. Aerodactyl. So this is the line I kind of have settled on. Shiny Aerodactyl, by the way. Terrible IVs, though. Terrible IVs here. It just melts Shadow Articuno. Articuno doesn't even get a move off. Out comes Mantine. I think I'm going to throw this Rock Slide and then safe swap my Drifblim. Yep. So if this is Ice Beam, obviously it's going to hurt. So it's worth a shield. It is an Ice Beam. That's a good shield. Out comes Altaria. When you're going against Pokemon that have... decently high damage fast moves like Dragon Breath, you kind of want to throw that first Icy Wind as quickly as possible to get that damage debuff. So it's probably worth shield. Oh, I know shield this because I do survive this, yeah. I have my own Altaria in the back. I'm over farming here. I think I'm 1 hex away from getting to another Icy Wind. But then probably regardless of, okay, out comes the Mantine again. I can just throw this Icy Wind and then probably safe swap into my Altaria and clean this thing up. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Because the attack has been dropped, I survive an Ice Beam, so I no shield this. It actually ends up being a Bubble Beam anyways, but I would survive an Ice Beam regardless there. Able to take out that Mantine. Good game. Aerodactyl into Scyther. Oh my gosh. Well, this thing is just getting wrecked by Aerodactyl. You see how much damage these rock throws are doing? Doing so much damage. Out comes Zapdos. Aerodactyl is still just going on a spree. And I think this is another Charge Beam Zapdos. Folks, you really need to run Thunder Shock on Zapdos if you want to use it. Charge Beam does not cut it. Aerodactyl has taken out 2 Pokemon. It's a Charizard in the back. I'm just going to bring up... It's a Dragon Breath Charizard. That's pretty cool. Probably running Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, and Blast Burn? You think they double Elite TM'd it for this? Maybe. But I'm just going to no-shield this. Yeah, it's just a Dragon Claw. And then... at this point, Altaria is just going to be able to Dragon Breath it down. I survived that Dragon Claw anyways. Able to get to this Icy Wind. But it's pretty much over. Aerodactyl just shredded that entire team. Absolutely insane. Looks like we got 1 more battle here. Good game. Aerodactyl into... Okay, Aerodactyl mirror match. Again, mine has pretty terrible PvP IVs, but it's shiny, so I just wanted to use it. You can see I hit the red before my opponent, but I'm able to win the CMP tie on this rock slide. So I win the lead. That's cool, even though my IVs are pretty bad. They bring out Emolga. So this is where having a Dragon Breath user like Altaria works pretty nice here. You could also consider running Dragonite, but you don't have near as much bulk as Altaria does. I suspected that they would go for the heavy hitting move there, so I do shield that up. And at this point, I'm kind of wondering if they're rocking the double electric strat. So I think I'm going to commit both shields here. And they are. So they switch in Zapdos, and I'm really glad that I farmed up all this energy. Altaria is definitely going to be my key to victory here. So I do need to kind of preserve this. Probably going to make a switch into Drifblim here fairly soon. There it is. So this forces the Zapdos to have to go for Thunderbolt here. I just wanted it to dump its energy. It one-shots a Drifblim. Ouch. But at this point, I'm going to be able to farm this down and then land a move on the Emolga. Best of luck out there in the Flying Cup, and if you are continuing to grind to rank 10, hope these battles helped you out a little bit. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.